Hey, welcome back to the Woodman Workshop. As you might be able to tell, we're not in the workshop today. We're taking a little road trip. Left home about 2.5 hours ago. Just hit I-94, headed east on I-94 for FabTech 2015 in Chicago. Something we've been looking forward to. With me is my #1 cameraman and shop foreman, my son Colton. What's up, guys? We're gonna spend tomorrow wandering around in the convention center and checking out all the new equipment. See what we want to put in our new shop. I mentioned in a previous video that I really want a new stick welder. Haven't had one in many years, and I've been aching to get back into action with a stick. So kind of looking forward to seeing what new offerings are available from manufacturers in that category. During the latest bumper build, we played with the Eastwood plasma cutter, the VersaCut 60, and while it's a good plasma cutter and seems to do the job just fine, I'm also wanting to check out the offerings from Thermal Dynamics and Hypotherm, just to see what their machines are in comparison. There's a couple of features I know on the Hypotherm units that I would really like to have that the VersaCut does not. So that's something we're going to be looking at. May not be an immediate purchase, but something I want to be able to take a closer look at and talk to the reps about. So we're cruising along here, and we got about 6 hours more to go to Chicago. It was always a fun drive. Tonight we'll be visiting family, going out to dinner with them who live in the Chicago area. So it'll be good to see them and catch up a little bit. Let's go past you, swing over here. We made it to FabTech 2015. We're going to go inside here, check out all the new equipment, and we'll hopefully get some video for you of some of the equipment that we're looking at, maybe an interview or two with some of the representatives from the different manufacturers. So let's get going. Okay, we're back with our goodies from FabTech. Like I said, I had a great time checking out all the new stuff and talking to the representatives and finding out more about products that I already use and stuff that I want to use. First thing that I promised the guys at Dychem that I would take a good look at their new product. Dychem's a great product for laying out lines on steel, and has been for quite a while. Problem is that unless you're doing a big area, the little brush container or the sprays, they just they get everywhere and they're hard to clean. You got to clean it up, and so a lot of people that I know, including myself, when we've been doing layouts on smaller pieces, we use a blue Sharpie. Well, now Dychem has come up with a marker. So this is the first time I've opened it. Haven't tried it yet. I did try it at the show, but it's the first time I've tried it at home. I got a piece of steel here that I took a flap disc to and cleaned up a little bit, and we're supposed to pump this a few times to get the die to start moving. There it goes. Now it's coming out. You can probably see it seeping down the side there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but so directions say to push down and then put it on. And that smells like Dicam. I don't know if you guys like that smell or not, but I certainly have always liked it. So we're going to let that set up for just a second, and while we do that, we'll talk about some of the other projects. Picked up some lens cleaning wipes. These things are the best thing for cleaning your lenses on your welding helmet. I also use it to clean my glasses and my safety glasses. Just gives a nice clean finish without a lot of hassle. So something to keep around. You guys probably have seen me using this. This is a Silver Streak marker or pencil from Markall. I actually ordered a couple of these after I saw them being used on a different channel. Nice thing about it is you got a nice long lead. It works really well to mark steel. You can put it in, it's not a crank or a turn or a twist. You put it in as far as you want, the stick out as far as you want, and go to it. The little back cap comes off, and it actually has a sharpener built into it. I need a little bit longer to sharpen it. So a couple of twists at the back cap, and you get a nice fine point like a pencil. And you've seen me using this in other videos, and it does a really good job on both bare steel, but on rusty steel, steel with mill scale, it really stands up well. It stands up to the heat of cutting, so it does a good job on really rusty steel. Just a great product that I've really fallen in love with. Okay, Dicam's all dried up, and got a square here, so I'm just going to make a tungsten carbide scribe. You guys probably can't see that scribe mark on camera, but I'll see if I can get a close-up for you. But nice way to scribe some lines for very fine cuts. I like doing this if I'm going to be cutting on the bandsaw, doing layout for punch marks, for doing holes. I've always liked the Dicam. Like I said, I've been using a blue Sharpie. This seems to work really well. Just dab and spread. This steel's a little worn. It's been sitting outside for a while. I cleaned it up, but it's got a few marks on it. The other thing I picked up while I was there, something I've been shopping for, is paint markers. I've tried a lot of them. Haven't found one that I really, a brand that I'm really in love with yet. So I was able to pick up a bunch of paint markers at the show, and so I'm gonna try them on both these different pieces of steel, and because a lot of times you gotta mark rusty stuff around the shop, so we're just gonna try some of them out and see which ones we like, which ones we don't like, and decide what is going to be the best one for the shop. So we'll start with this orange one here. Give it a good shake. Once again, it hasn't been primed yet. I'll probably go through and prime a bunch of these and then come back when they're all primed and ready to make marks for you. Okay, this one's ready to go. So this one's kind of a felt tip, so better on regular steel. Yeah, not so good on rusty steel. Mild rust, it works pretty good. So This one I believe is a squeeze type in white. Fine point. So good for marking. That one works pretty well for a fine point marker. This one is not, it's a paint marker, but it's more like a crayon. It's got a plastic tip. It's not going to wear away, but it does do a, from what I saw at the show, it does a pretty good job. So I'll give it a try here. And it's a paint, so it goes on like a crayon. There's no shaking. Not too good on rusty steel. Regular steel it seems to hold up okay. And then it will dry like a paint. So it's more of a permanent than we can say. Now next one here is Super Met-All Tough Tools, a Metal Pro galvanized steel marker. Give it a shake here. Color, like I say, is creamsicle. Once again, it's not primed, so we'll have to prime it here. There we go. It's coming down now. Yeah, once again, really rusty steel. It's kind of eating up the felt tip. So, but mild rust and bare steel seems to be doing a good job. That one's not dry yet. That one's dry. That one's not dry yet. So. This is a U-Mark 100P industrial paint marker. Once again, I just got these. Haven't tried. I'm just trying them all out. So none of them have been primed. Yeah, once again, kind of a felt tip. Not good on really rough rusty, but on the other two it left a nice mark. Easy to read. Then it's just down to a preference of color. Here's one from Mark All. Give it a shake. Let it prime. I tell you, talking to the representatives of the different booths, got a lot of different information from them on different stuff. That one does a pretty good job on bare steel. Seems to do pretty good on lightly rusty. Once again, it's a felt tip. It left a mark, but it's not the best thing for that. Kind of looking through here to see what else we got. Here's a low halogen marker for marking on stainless and whatnot. It's a black, so not the best color on, but this one's designed for stainless steel, so that's what that one's for. That pretty much runs through those. Give them a couple more seconds here to dry, and we'll run our fingers over them and see how well they hold up. In the meantime, flap discs. I go through a ton of flap discs. Most shops do. I'm always looking for the best flap disc, best bang for the buck, what's going to last the longest, what's going to hold up the best, and I've got a stack of them to try out. some of them are from the same manufacturer, just different design. Some of them are in coarseness, and some of them are from, of course, different manufacturers. And over the next few months, I'll probably get a chance to try them all out and see what I like best, and then I can go ahead and order what's going to be most efficient and what does the most efficient removal of whatever I'm trying to remove, and then the most cost effective as well, because I don't have a whole lot of labor overhead here, being a two-man shop, but so materials cost does come into play in when I'm doing stuff. So getting the best bang for the buck is important. Not only a small shop, but a big shop too. But big shop, you're more worried about labor rates than the cost of your flap discs. But I'm going to show a couple here today that I thought were pretty cool. This one, I believe it's preferred. It's PFERD, made in Germany, and you can see it's a flap disc with a radius for getting down into corners, which I thought was really cool. Could have used this on the front bumper when I was doing the inside corners to smooth those out. In fact, I probably will use it on those before we set up for paint. So, just thought it was really cool. And here's something new that I haven't seen. It's called a trim back flap disc. And most time when you're using a flap disc, you get in at your angle and you wear this front edge away, and it wears away a little of the backing. And but you've got a whole lot of flap disc here that usually never gets used. Let me see, I got a flap disc right here that's worn. You can see I've got a good 1/4 inch that has very little wear at all, and then another 1/4 inch that is worn, but probably still a little. Well, this was getting pretty shot, but and then the outside edge is completely worn away. So not much left in that one. But I lost a 1/4 inch of my flap disc. So this is where I thought this was kind of a cool invention. This is the only one that I have that I was able to bring home with me. A couple of the different manufacturers that make this style disc are sending out some samples that I'll get to try. So what it is you use it like a flap disc. You come in and you grind your edge, and when you've worn away the flap, you go up against a hard steel edge like this, and you can actually eat away this plastic backing so you can use more of the inside of the disc. So might cost a little bit more, but you're getting more use out of it. And then of course it's all down to what manufacturer has the best, whose aggregate or abrasive holds up the best and does the best job. So we're going to try all these out, and we'll let you know what we think. These should all be dry now, so yeah, they're all holding up to rubbing and whatnot. I do have one more that's designed for really rough stuff. This is a paint marker tube, and it's got a roller ball, stainless steel roller ball, and you give it a squeeze. Of course it's not working. Oh. Helps if you actually pay attention and take the inner cap off so it'll actually work. Give it a little squeeze. So, you got something you need to draw a line on, really rusty stuff to cut it or whatnot. This is your go-to right here. I don't know, because I haven't really read the directions on this, but I'm going to assume that wiping off the tip when you're done would probably be, and making sure the cap's back on, would probably be a pretty good idea. So I'll give that a couple minutes to dry, and we'll come back to it. But yeah, if you have to write on really rusty stuff, make a mark on it, this style is your go-to. Stainless steel ball will never wear away. You're not going to damage it by running it over rough materials, and it does make a nice line. You could run it against a square to make a straight line. I got this more for, I've got some steel outside that I want to mark with what kind of steel it is. I got some 4140 out there that I don't have any room to store inside one of the enclosed areas right now. And even in the enclosed areas, I like a paint marker so I can write on the steel what it is, the special stuff, the 4140s and whatnot, so I can put it in the shed. And even if it picks up some surface rust over until I get to use it, I'll still know what it is when I go to look. And I can also write sizes on it. I mean, you can say for this, for instance, is 6 by 3/8, and they have by 74. This is the links that I have this in. Picked it up at an auction. So I can mark that on there, and I can put it. It's sitting out on the rack outside, and I can tell my son or one of the other guys, hey, go grab me a piece of that 3/8 6 by 74, and they can come back and I'll know that they're bringing me the right one instead of me having to go out and do it. Also, I can tell by a glance what it is that way. So. Alright, that's where, oh, one more thing. 3M has come out with some new Scotch-Brite pads. They handed some off. They changed, they're the same grit as they always have been, the gray and the red. The grit hasn't changed any. What's changed, I guess, is how they put the grit on there. This is supposed to hold up much better and last a lot longer. On the truck project, we got, after we'd finished the body work, all the rest of the paint, the rest of the truck needs to be scuffed to give it some tooth, so when we lay down the new paint, it has something to grab onto, and we'll be trying those out on that. So, we'll be back in the shop soon, and have a great night. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.